Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office just a few minutes before Bloomtone's choir practice starts. I'm looking forward to being together with the group again tonight. We have a lot to be satisfied and happy about with how the music went last Sunday in worship. It was a real highlight for Bloomtones, and just a great time for the congregation to receive the music that was brought to us in addition to the choir singing, but also the solo that Elaine Wong-Meyerhofer brought to us to honor Chinese New Year, and the duet that she did with Michelle Fiore. Michelle Fiore and Raul Valenzuela both offered solos as a part of Bloomtone's pieces, and of course, you know, we appreciate Dorian's leadership and the musical combo that accompanies. It was just a great time, and we heard a lot of good feedback about that. It was a time for us to celebrate Chinese New Year. I think it was a lot of fun to start with in the service when the Chinese New Year dragon made its entrance, and we're so grateful for Russ Bertlow for making that dragon, and for Mike and Stephen and Randy for being the body of the dragon as came in and followed the pattern and the choreography that Elaine had laid out of how a typical dragon comes in and enters a situation and interacts with the crowds. I wish everybody could have seen the smiles and the laughter and heard the laughter and just seen what a great uplift that was. And and it's a way for us to honor another culture. We also honored the lives of the 17 persons who were killed in the school shooting in Florida, and that's just something for us to take a moment and pause as we light candles, 17 candles, like we did as we lit candles for the persons that were killed in Orlando at the Pulse nightclub, and for the children and persons that were killed in all of the persons, including the shooter, killed in Connecticut for the Sandy Hook shooting. It's important for us to have these moments when we connect with our culture and when we honor that in our worship. We're going to do that again this week as we are on the last Sunday of the month honoring Black History Month. I chose prayers that are written by African American persons and try to put them in some context. A church that is predominantly white, as Bloom is, tries to do what we can in our progressive thinking and our social justice and our commitment to be supportive of all cultures, to be a multi-ethnic, multicultural congregation as we can, the best we can be in a place like Palm Springs with our demographics. What's important is that we honor, but we also have learned over the years that we can't appropriate. We cannot take other culture and claim it as our own. And so we learn from that culture that we involve in our worship. We relate and validate in a sense of having an understanding that we are not superior. That all of this culture together can come together to create a greater fabric in our society, a fabric that is stronger by the fact that we have so much knit together as opposed to only being one thing or another. So that's what we try to do in these moments in our worship, where we bring in prayers that have been written by people who have suffered, by people who have had something to offer, and something that can be instructive for us as well as beneficial in our worship time. So that's a part of what's coming up in our worship this Sunday, is as we honor Black History Month with some of the elements and some of the hymns that we're going to sing as well. So this is a part of what we do as we try to construct worship in our time together, to make it be not an experience of God as we experience one another and experience our heritage and cultures. So we hope you can be with us on Sunday. We know that if you can't be with us in body, we hope you'll be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers.